Hello, everyone. It's me, Jenna. How y'all doing? So good to talk to you today. I am doing this audio for you. I'm Jenna Ryan, if you don't know who I am. And most of you do know, though, if you're listening to this. And thank you for being loyal and awesome. Today, I want to talk to you about the pathological liar. The pathological liar, and how a pathological liar is damaging to your spirit, to your soul, and to your life, and how you have to call out the liars in your life. I believe I did a video, audio on calling out the liars in your life. So I highly recommend that particular audio or podcast, because it was, in the beginning when I started realizing when I started thinking through the process of calling out the liars in your life. Part of, if you have grown up and you have had a doormat personality, or you have been a people pleaser, or you have sought approval externally, or you have tried to you felt worthless and vulnerable, and so you tried to win the accolades of others at the expense of your own self, then you may have a tendency to overlook lies. Okay? There's many reasons why we overlook lies. You might overlook lies because it's not comfortable, it's not convenient. But I'm here to say that if you want to love yourself, if you want to live an authentic life, you have got to get more diligent about calling out the liars in your life, and not only just calling out the liars, but being prepared to ask the questions that are necessary to make sure that truth is remaining in all areas of your life, and everyone that you're dealing with is on the up and up and is being straightforward with you, and this is not coming with an agenda, and is not disrespecting you with lies or disrespecting their own selves. So to ignore someone who is lying to you is to abandon yourself. You are abandoning yourself if you ignore someone who is lying to you. If you ignore their lies, if you let them lie, if you fail to follow up on statements that they make, especially, in every area, the people in your life, you want to make sure that they're being real with you, honest with you. And if they have a problem with pathological lying, then that is a real problem that needs to be addressed and dealt with appropriately. And so I'm going to talk specifically about the pathological liar and why it is so damaging to be in a relationship with someone who has the habit of pathologically lying. So I've watched a ton of YouTube videos and did some research on pathological lying. And these are the kind of lies where the person just kind of pops off and goes off and tells stories that they tell so much that they actually believe is true. These are pathological lies, or people that compulsively lie. They can't help it. They lie for no reason. I don't really necessarily want to give you the whole lowdown of pathological lying, because I think there's plenty of YouTube videos about that. But I think what is needed is really just to talk about how to deal with the pathological liar in your life, what to do, what strategies you can use to maintain truth and authenticity in your life, even if you are faced with pathological liars. So I think of a pathological liar as someone who just goes off, who just tells things that are not true, that has convenient things that they just pull out of their hat about themselves. Someone who I think may be this way, but I don't know for sure. But Meghan Markle, I don't know if anybody's ever watched her closely. I don't know. She's interesting to me. And I think that she may tell some whoppers. I don't know for sure, but she goes off and she's like, oh yeah, we were married before. we were married before the wedding. Like she was trying to give a cliffhanger for Oprah in that interview. And she was like, yeah, we were married before. And, just all sorts of, and then she said that Kate made her cry. She didn't make Kate cry. I mean, just whatever was convenient, she pulls up. And I can imagine in everyday life, she probably just comes up with wild whoppers. And I've known other people that do that just bring up lies out of the blue. They may be lying about their past. They may be lying about their current capacity. They may be lying about past relationships. They may be lying about current relationships. They may be living a double life. You do not know. Pathological liars are being dishonest with you. And here's where the problem is. A pathological liar is usually very glib. They're very soothing. They're very fun to listen to, fun to talk to. They are likely have an agenda. They likely have the fix is in. Someone who is lying to you pathologically is not being truthful with you and is not being honest with you. And to operate and transact with someone or communicate with someone who is refusing to be honest or cannot be honest or impulsively goes into false stories that are not a part of reality, that person is damaging you. And the damage is twofold. So I've looked at this pretty closely. You have twofold damage when you're dealing with a pathological liar. The first damage is the damage that occurs in the process of you being gaslighted. So if somebody lies to you and tells you that they are a very wealthy person, per se, let's say they lie and tell you that they have what they don't have. And they lie and tell you that they are friends with very famous people. And in that moment, in the conversation, they are gaslighting you. They are trying to build themselves up to be higher than what they are. This obviously comes from a root of insecurity, and you might overlook it because you know it's bullcrap, but these people can be so glib. They can have great personalities. They could be wonderful people, and yet they tell whoppers, and it's just kind of off the track, off the field, out of left field. They just come up. They don't even need to tell you a lie. You already think they're wonderful, but they feel like they have to tell an extra good, juicy whopper in order to capture your attention and be worthy of you talking to them, or to one-up you, to gaslight you, to make you think something is real that is not real. So that's the number one problem with the pathological liar, with a pathological lie, with an impulsive, compulsive, lying person. If you're engaging with someone who is lying to you regularly, lying to you at all, that is a problem. It's a problem that must be rooted out. It must be smoked out. It must be brought up, because you exist, you have a right to exist, and you have a right to question those who tell you things. If they're your friend, if they're your family, if they're your significant other, no matter who it is, if someone wants to deal with me, I have a right to ask them if what they're telling me is true. But a lot of times, if you come from a people-pleasing background, or you've learned to silence your voice, you may have the tendency to let liars lie and to placate them and help them to feel better and help them to see themselves in the false light that they do. But that is not okay, not anymore. So that's the one way that a pathological liar can harm you, is through gaslighting and causing you in the moment to feel as if you're one down, or causing you to go into a role, causing you to go into the one down role, causing you to see them as better than, causing you to be in the drama triangle, causing you to feel less, little, small. It's just bad. It's number one, it's gaslighting in real time, and that's damaging. If anybody's trying to thwart your reality, even if they're talking about themselves, this will damage you personally if you do not call it out right when you see it, hear it, and do something about it. Okay. The second way that pathological lying is harmful is because the person is actually disrespecting you in real time. You're being disrespected when someone comes to you with a whopper. If someone comes to you with a lie, with a story that's not true, where they tell you they've traveled somewhere they've never gone, they tell you they own properties they do not own, they tell you that they have had such, they just go off. They're good. They could literally write a novel. They're writers in their head. They come up with these wild stories. And my research has shown that a pathological liar thinks up the lies in advance and have backup information in order to back up what they're saying. And they just lie like a rug. Okay, so the second way you can be harmed is they are harming you. It's like a punch to the stomach. You may feel like, poor guy, poor girl, they think that is true. I know it's BS. I know it's bullshit. I know it's not true. I know it's full of crap, but I'm not going to say anything about it because bless their heart. They don't even know what they're doing. They think that I'm going to believe this, but I don't. Or, I feel really sad for them that they feel that they have to say that to me in order to feel important, or I don't even feel like messing with this, because to go down that path with a pathological liar can be a very slippery slope and lead you into a maze of all kinds of other lies. But we're going to go there in a minute. So basically, when someone is pathologically lying to you, telling you whoppers, they are disrespecting you. They're disrespecting you. It's disrespectful. It's extremely disrespectful for someone to pull out a whopper out of their pocket and throw it at you and act like you're supposed to believe it. But the worst thing is you don't do anything about it because you're having more empathy for their lies, for their ability to lie to you. So you're actually complicit on being lied to by the pathological liar. When you do this, you're saying it's okay to lie to me. It's okay to be fake with me. It's okay to be false with me. It's okay to try to take me for a fool. It's okay. I don't have any boundaries. I don't have any lines in the sand. You can say whatever the hell you want to me. That is fine. You're safe with me. You can abuse me because it is abuse. It's abuse. It's toxic abuse for someone to pathologically lie to you, to tell you lies of any kind. Okay. Now everybody has mistruths that they've told. Everybody has told lies, but I'm talking about those whoppers, like where they'll just come out of left field and they'll just be like, oh, I did this and this and this and this and this and this, and I did this and this and this, and it's just like this humongous whopper, like so outlandish. I'm not talking about, a normal person. I'm not talking about, fibbing your way because you just met someone and you don't really want to tell them all about your life. So you just kind of gloss over things. That's a little bit different. Okay. That's more of a comfort level. I'm talking about you're in a relationship with someone and they tell you lies in order to make themselves look better. This is harmful to you as an individual. This is harmful to your soul. It's harmful to your psyche. It is like a punch in the gut. It is like a punch in the jaw. It is an insult for someone to lie to you, and the liar knows it. The liar knows it. They are taking you for a fool. They're scamming you. They're scamming you. They're taking you for a fool. They're selling you a bill of goods, stuff that's not true, and it's not okay because when's the last time you ever wanted to be sold a load of bullcrap? Would you pay money for a load of bullcrap? Would you waste time on a load of bullcrap? No, you would not. And so why are you doing it? Why are you allowing a person to lie to you like this? Why aren't you stopping them? How is this harmful? How does this harm you? Well, anything that is in your life needs to be true. If you have a friend and they're lying to you, then that's a problem, because when they're lying to you about superfluous stuff, they're just lying off their butt. Who knows what's true? Who knows what's real? Who knows what's not real? Who knows that the conversation that you're having with this person is even existing? It's like doesn't exist if you're going to listen to lies, because that's just someone's made up fantasy. And who has time for that? Nobody has time for that. We do not have time for that. We don't want to be complicit in other people manipulating us. We don't want to be complicit in someone else's agenda. We don't want to be complicit in allowing someone to maintain their toxic behavior. We don't want to swallow lies. We don't want to swallow lies ever. Anybody. I have found that if someone is going to bold-faced lie to you, there is a problem underneath the surface that is not okay. There's something wrong. There's some way you're going to be damaged in the future. You're first of all, they're looking at you like a fool. If someone is pathologically lying to you and you're allowing them to do that, they're doing it on purpose. Even though they can do it compulsively, they're compulsively doing it. They're doing it on purpose, and it's an insult to you. It's an insult to your intelligence. It's an insult to your sense of truth. It is a complete insult to your person to be lied to and to sit there and act like you were not being lied to. If someone lies to you, you are responsible for getting to the truth. So if someone tells you a lie, if your first inclination is to gloss over it so that person can feel comfortable, if it's your first inclination to make that person feel comfortable in their lies, to make that person feel comfortable in lying to you, if that is your first inclination, you need to break that habit, because that is a bad habit. It's a habit that is disintegrating to your soul. It takes a piece of you. It takes your energy away from you, because listening to a bunch of hogwash is not worth your time. And wondering if someone is real and true, or whatever they said, or being, stuck in a ruminating loop about what they lied about is not worth your time. It's stealing your energy. It steals your energy. It steals your thoughts. It wastes your time. And you have to have a requirement. If you're going to be in my life, you have to be honest. Now, the other person, like let's say you're asking a question and the other person doesn't want to answer, and you're having a conversation, then that's their job to put up boundaries. But if somebody's just going to come up with a glib story about something in their life, like let's say you have great news and great things are going great for you today. And then they come up and they have this story of their accomplishments that are far surpassing yours, or even that are equivalent. I went through that too, and I did this, that, and the other. If someone is doing that to you, and then you've got to call them on the carpet. You cannot agree with them. You cannot try to make them feel comfortable. You cannot dull your light, because that's basically what you're doing. They're diminishing your light by coming with a lie that's bigger than your accomplishment. Or they're diminishing you by saying something that's not true. Whatever you're expressing, if they're coming back at you with a pathological lie, they're trying to hijack your energy. So there's many reasons why someone would be a pathological liar. This could be a tactic of a narcissist. This could be a tactic of a manipulative person, because someone who is lying to you is trying to trick you. Under no uncertain terms, they're trying to scam you. They're trying to get you to believe that they're better than they are. Or it could be worse. They could be telling you stories of their bad things that happen to them. But as long as it's one-upping you, that's their ultimate goal. Now, are they doing it consciously? Maybe, maybe not. The whole point is not why they are doing what they're doing, but more the point is why are you letting it happen? Why are you sitting back and listening to someone as they lie to you? Why are you letting any of your precious, beautiful life force, energy, emotion, your emotions, why are you letting anything get caught up in a lie? Why are you listening? Why are you giving room? Why are you opening the door to lies? That is a question. And so it comes from a need to be assertive and a need to feel the right to question what people are telling you without feeling like you're stepping on someone's toes. If you're like me, you may think, oh, I don't want to ask someone. I don't want to make them feel like I'm questioning them. I don't want to make them feel like I think they're not telling the truth. I don't want, it's all thinking about them, and them. Instead of thinking about me, and me, I have to think about myself and think about what I am letting people tell me. So I envision in my mind, envision like a football field. Okay, so you're playing football, and here's the rules of the game. You get a first down, a second down, a third down, fourth down, whatever. You kick a field goal. If it gets out of bounds, the time stops. The time stops, and something has to happen, and the game has to be reset. You don't just keep playing with the ball out of bounds, up in the stadium, up in the snack bar. You don't just play any which way. There is a system. There is an order to how things occur in a football game. There is a touchdown. There is a fumble. There's a tackle. There's all sorts of different rules of the game. The game is played in a certain way. If you have someone who is a pathological liar, they are not playing within the bounds of your requirements. Because your requirements, if you want to be human, if you want to be respected, if you want to be authentic, if you want others to be authentic with you, then you have to require everyone in your life, because it's your job. It's your job to look after your life and make sure that you question people in your life, to make sure that people are authentic all around you. It's your job to make sure you're the referee of your own game. And I think a pathological liar is playing a game, but it's a toxic game. When I'm talking about a game, I'm not talking about a negative game. I'm just using that as an analogy for learning that you cannot play football when the ball is being run up the stadium steps to the snack bar. There's no game. The game is over. The time out. You've got to stop dealing with people who are being dishonest with you. You've got to walk away from people who are lying to you. You've got to shut it down. You have to call it out. Which brings me to the concept of calling out a liar. That takes a level of assertiveness that I've had to find within myself, and it wasn't just an automatic thing for me, because I was taught never to ask any questions. Trust everyone else, just don't trust yourself. I wasn't taught to call anyone out for anything, and I just thought I had to make everybody like me and make sure that I didn't step on anybody's toes. So that taught me to be overly compliant, and it taught me not to question, and it turned the anger that I would have for people screwing me over outward. And that's not a good idea, because that's not a good, healthy, happy place to live, and you will be taken advantage of, and your time will be wasted, and your purpose will be thwarted, because you will be easily hijacked, you will be easily betrayed, you will be easily fooled, you will be the laughing stock, because you will have a dunce hat, because you're not standing up for yourself and making people play within the bounds of your requirements. So a pathological liar can waste your time, and you have to stop a pathological liar in their tracks, and you have to say, wait a minute, what is that? What are you talking about? Now, you don't have to say it rudely. I don't care how you say it. It just has to be said. I mean, you have to call people out. Now, the hard thing about a pathological liar is you don't know what is true, and you don't know what is a lie. And so you are stuck wondering, and you don't want to ask if what they're saying is true, because it might be true, and then you'll be having egg on your face. Or you don't want to offend the friend, or you don't want to offend them, or you don't want to call them out, or you don't want to deal with the consequences of finding out the truth of what is behind what they're lying to you about. You don't want to know if they are having an affair. You don't want to know if they did this, that, and the other. You just want everything to be Pollyanna and wonderful. You don't want to know the negative, so you let the lies continue. But you have to call them out. Think about it. If there is a liar in your life and you were to call them out, how would they take that? Generally speaking, a pathological liar is going to come up with more lies to cover up for their original lie. They cover up lie upon lie upon lie upon lie. They one up you, one up you, one up you, one up you. They lie to you. Every time they lie to you, it is like a slap in the face. It is not good. I have someone who told me one time that they had a friend that lies all the time, and it didn't matter. She loved the person anyway because she lied. Just because she lies, it didn't matter. Well, I'm here to say that it does matter. It matters because the person lying to you, it's not just an innocent problem. It's not innocent, and it is not harmless. Ultimately, it will steal from you. Ultimately, lying is con artist. It's scamming. It's thievery. It's thievery of energy. It's gaslighting. It's creating a false reality. It's building illusions. It's everything that's wrong with the world. It's Satan. Satan was the father of lies. It's the root of the root. It's the most evil thing imaginable, a lie. I just can't even think of anything worse than a lie. Just a bold face, looking at someone in the eyes and lying. Now, it's one thing if I'm talking about somebody that's doing this on a regular basis, just regularly in your life, telling you whoppers, telling you elaborate stories of vacations they've taken, elaborate stories of, exploits that they have accomplished, things that they have done, and ways that you could learn from them because they're so great. Just telling you gigantic whoppers. Now, some of these lying people, they're going to be very, very, intriguing. People use lies in order to cause other people to, have an image of them. It's almost like a filter. It's like if you use filters online, you're trying to portray an image to the world that you look like this, when in reality, you don't even have any makeup on at that moment because you're using a filter. And, they may think it's harmless. However, they are causing you to believe what they're saying. And even if you don't believe what they're saying, you are having to betray your warning system, your red flag, your alarm system within your soul in order to allow them to lie and not feel bad about it. And it's rude. It's rude for someone to lie. It's not okay. And you have to unearth the lies of people and places and things around you. You have to look at what is true, what is real, what is not, what is true, what is false. Is that true? Who are they telling me the truth? Did this really happen? You have to have fact checkers. There's a reason that these social media companies have these fact checkers. I believe some of the fact checkers are big liars as well. I mean, it depends on who the fact checker is. But you have to check the facts. Check around the hood. Check under the hood. Ask the questions. If someone tells you that they are a billionaire, they need to be able to prove it. And if they have a problem with proving what they're telling you, then that is all you need to know right there. That means that they are not willing to play in the bounds of the football game. They want to play out in the stadium. They want you to subject yourself, submit to their rule. They're the ones that get to make up the illusion. They're the ones that get to make up the story. They're the ones who get to play you for a fool. And they're the ones who get to gloss over these red flags, because it is a red flag if someone is lying to you. Because if someone will lie to you in a pathological, compulsive way, they will lie to you about anything because they're not living in reality. And bless their hearts, hopefully they can get help for this. I know that there's a lot of therapy online where a lot of therapists are dealing with people that are pathological liars. And I'm sure that there is some healing if that is you. If you are a pathological liar, I'm sure that there's healing out there, but that is for you to do, for the people in Self-Love You that I'm speaking to today, or people that, if you're a pathological liar, the people that you're speaking to, they need to call you out on your lies. And if you with me, if you're going to talk to me in my life, you have to be an honest person. I have learned through the school of hard knocks that it is important to have truth and authenticity around you. Anything less than truth and authenticity is a waste of your time because it's false, it's fake, it's not real, it's totally garbage. It's BS. I don't have time for BS. I don't have time for garbage. If you feel like you're not good enough and you have to make up stories to make yourself, feel better than me, then you are not somebody that I want to talk to. You need to figure out your problem and not lie to me because I will call you out. I'm not afraid to call you out. I will call you directly out. And guess what? I'm not putting up with pathological lying anymore because I want to play a game on the field. So we have to have, here's my requirements. If you're in a marriage and you want monogamy, let's hope so. If you want monogamy, you have to say, okay, these are my goalposts. This is what I need in order to be a happy wife or a happy husband. I need, we have a relationship and you don't go out and philandering, okay? That is your rules. You have that's your football game here. You don't go off out of bounds. And if you do, there's a timeout, you're out of bounds, and the game either has to start over, but it has to start in a way that is effective to playing the game in the right way. To transact with me, you have to tell me the truth. To engage with me, I'm not engaging with you if you are dedicated to lying. If you're married to that lie, if you have to think that I am believing what you just bullcrap you just told me, if you think that in order for you to be happy, if you're a liar, that I have to believe your bullcrap, then there's nothing left. There's nothing there. There's nothing there because what are you doing? They are getting one up. Someone who is lying to you and you're not calling them out, they are one-upping you. They're putting you beneath their thumb. It's tyranny. It's not okay because they're winning. So basically you're saying, okay, their ability to lie, I am so dedicated to this person that I am putting their need to believe their own lies, their need to speak the lies, their need to try to think that I believe their lies. I'm like going, do you see how you can twist yourself into a pretzel? You could totally twist yourself into a pretzel. When somebody is lying to you, you know they're lying, but you are pretending not to know that they're lying. So I wonder if they know that you're pretending that they know that you know that just kidding. But what I'm trying to say is that's too many backbends. That's too many flip-flops. That's too much pretzel. That's too much. It needs to be cut and dry. That was a lie. I'm not listening to it. That was a lie. I don't want to hear that. Or prove it. I don't believe that. Look, dude, I know that's not true. Be honest. What are you saying? What are you trying to say? Do you feel insecure right now? Why are you telling me you were the king of Egypt? Why? Why are you telling me that? Okay, you were the king of Egypt. Okay, show me pictures. I want to see a picture. Now, can you imagine how going down that rabbit hole would cause so much drama and soak and just deplete you of your energy? That's why we don't call out a liar because a pathological liar, because they're just like full of crap. And if you poke or prod at their crap, they're just going to give you, the whole sewer is going to blow up on you. So you just kind of dance lightly around their crap. But at the end of the day, what do you have? You have a bunch of false information, and you are friends, you are married, or whatever you are. You're in a relationship with someone who is dishonest, who is not authentic, who is not true, who's too insecure to just be who they are, who is has a habit that is damaging to the people around them, including themselves. They're believing their own lies. They don't feel enough in and of themselves. They have to embellish. They have to flatter themselves. They have to pour things on themselves that are really unnecessary. And you really can't really poke in that. But you can, I mean, because if you do it once and you call someone out on their lies, you're not going to be that fun to play with. Somebody's not going to want to manipulate you, because that's why someone's going to be lying to you. Why would they lie if they weren't trying to get something from you that you wouldn't give to them if they didn't lie? They're doing it because it gets them somewhere, gets them something, builds their self-esteem, puts them at a different level in your eyes, even if it's seeping into your subconscious. Every time someone tells you a lie and you don't call them out on it and you pretend like you just believe their lie, what do you think that does? It puts you in a one-down position. It puts you in a place of subverting yourself, your truth, your right to hear the truth around you, to their need to lie. And they're not more important than you. And you just have to decide in your life, in your football game, do you require truth in your life? Do you feel that you have the right to call out liars around you? Are you committed to making sure that truth is coming in and keeping false lies out? Do you tell lies? Are you a liar? Are you a pathological liar? If you are not, why would you put up with it from someone else? It's not okay. It's not harmless. It's harmful. Because if you're subverting your need for truth, if you're subverting your need for truth to their need to lie, then that is not the only place that you are doing that. That means you are a doormat. If you allow people to lie to you repeatedly, you're being a doormat. You don't have time for this. That's not a true relationship. There's way more stuff under the surface. You're being manipulated, and you need to call it out, and you need to walk away, and you need to shut the door, and you need to say, out. No more lies in my life. And you need to start questioning people. It's okay to question people. You don't have to be completely skeptical, but a person who's honest and true, they're going to respect your questioning. You know, you don't want to interrogate people and make them feel uncomfortable. But as the relationship evolves, if it's your friend and they're going to spend airtime talking to you on the phone or talking to you in person, and they're going to tell you lies, that is your airtime. That's your time where you could be getting truth. Truth could be piping into your life. But instead, you're letting hogwash, bullcrap being piped in through the speakers of your life when you allow someone who is a pathological liar to tell you whoppers over and over again. It's not okay. It's not harmless. It's maybe harmless to the liar. The liar, may be getting a lot out of it. It's okay for the liar to lie, because they're getting whatever they want out of it. Whatever they're trying to get, that's what they're doing. They're using a maladaptive strategy for getting their needs met by getting external validation, by pumping themselves up, using false information in order to give you the image, like a filtered image on the internet, give you an image of that they're someone that they are not, like Miss Meghan Markle did on the Oprah Winfrey show and many other places. I've watched her. I'm like, wow, she's fascinating to watch from afar. It's fascinating to watch people, and I think it's fascinating, but I think it's very important in our life that we be committed to being authentic, and we be committed to protecting our energy, and be committed to not allowing other people to take over our I am. Because whenever, your I am, that's who you are, your God particle, that's God inside you. I think of the scripture, the great I am the great I am. There's God, the great I am, but each of us has a sense of self. And if you are not protective of that sense of self, there will be people that come in and try to hijack your life, try to thwart your purpose, funnel your energy into their bullcrap ways. They need all the attention that they can get. So the way they're going to get it is pathological lies. And then your attention is diverted from your truth and your purpose and from the truth because you're giving it to someone who is manipulating you to get it rather than being truthful and honest. And anybody worth being around is going to be honest with you. You deserve to have honest people. And it's not okay for people to lie to you. That is blatant disrespect. It's rude and it is unacceptable. Do not allow liars to lie to you. Learn to walk away. Learn to set boundaries. Learn to call them out. Learn to demand truth in your life. Learn to know that you deserve to be told the truth. And that's it, y'all. That's it. And until next time, I am Jenna Ryan, and I will talk to you soon. Self-love you. Bye.